I've been to over 100 cities in Europe, and these are the ones that surprise me the most. First city I'm gonna mention is Edinburgh. Edinburgh is amazing. The historical center is one of the most well preserved I've ever seen. The castle is great. The museums are wonderful. There's hills, there's nature, there's literally everything. The only thing that isn't worth it in Edinburgh is the weather, and even that you're gonna forget about. I also had the privilege of taking a day trip from there to the Scottish Highlands, which were one of the most amazing sights I ever saw in Europe. I only stayed there for a couple of days, which I definitely regret, but I would have stayed for months. Second city I'm going to talk about is Ljubljana in Slovenia. Honestly, a year ago, if you asked me what the capital of Slovenia was, I might not even be able to tell you. But it's honestly the most charming capital in Europe, especially if you're looking for more of the quiet town vibe instead of the bustling city vibe. The whole city is dragon themed for some reason, which means that if you walk around the town, you're gonna see a lot of reference to dragons with dragon blood drinks, with dragon statues, everything you can imagine related to dragons. You can also go up to the castle, and you're gonna have an amazing view of the city and the mountains right behind them. It's also so good if you like nature because first of all, there's a bunch of parks, and then second, you're like very very close to the mountains, and you're also not too far from the sea. Third city I'm going to talk about is Vienna. I honestly expected Vienna to be an 8 out of 10. I expected it to be nice, but I didn't expect it to be stunning, majestic, and elegant like it was. You might not believe me if you've never been, but Vienna really is on par with Paris, Rome, Prague, or Barcelona. It's one of the stunning, majestic gems of Europe. People forget that Vienna was actually the capital of a giant empire until like 100 years ago. So you can walk around and you're going to see lots of different architecture from different time periods. Some parts of the city are very colorful. Some parts of the city are like this brand white marble. They're very majestic, very elegant, very quiet. The public transportation is amazing. The metro is efficient. You can just literally get around anywhere you want. You can bike around as well if you want. And there's amazing parks in the city as well. The huge quantity of museums, parks, and culture in Vienna is really hard to match in any other city in the world. A city I'm going to talk about is Tallinn in Estonia. I only went to the Baltics because I've actually happened to find a very cheap flight, and it was in the middle of winter, so I thought it was just going to be freezing and not have anything to do, but I could not be more wrong. Renting out a car in winter in Northern Europe, surrounded by snow and in the middle of nowhere, was one of the most exciting things I've ever done. When I finally got to Tallinn, what I found out was first of all, the Christmas market was amazing. It was very warm, very welcome. Second, the hostel was lively, contrary to what I was expecting, being like midwinter in the Baltics. Third, the castle and the historical center were amazing, well preserved, and the snow really made a difference. Like it made everything so much nicer, so much more beautiful. It's not as affordable as most other Eastern European towns, but I honestly believe that if you've traveled for a while and you want something different, you want something a little more edgy with less tourists, and I don't know, just a little further away from everything, Tallinn might be the place for you. It's truly a beautiful city. The Estonian people were insanely nice. They helped me out amazingly well during like 2 or 3 days that I was there, and I truly wouldn't have traded it for anywhere else in the world.